Hello, today I'm going to talk to you about iambic pentameter and writing sonnets. As such, our learning goal today is that students will be able to create sonnets using iambic pentameter. We've been talking about iambic pentameter for quite a while, but I'll give a brief overview in this video as well as show you how to write your very own Shakespearean sonnet. Shakespeare wrote many sonnets. A sonnet is a type of poem. It has 14 lines, it follows a specific rhyme scheme, and it's written in iambic pentameter. You may be still thinking, iambic what? Remember, iambic pentameter is a type of meter. Meter is the pattern of syllables in a line of writing. There will be a pattern of stressed and unstressed syllables. There are different types of meter, including iambs, trochees, spondees, dactyls, anapaests, etc. There are also different numbers of feet per line. In pentameter, there are 5 feet per line. You could also write in trimeter, hexameter, septimeter, etc. But you still might be thinking, iambic what? Remember, an iamb is an unstressed syllable followed by a stressed syllable. In pentameter, there are 5 iambs per line, or 10 syllables. And just a reminder for those of you guys who are still a little bit confused about some syllables, think back to elementary school when your teacher used to have you clap out words to figure out how many syllables are in it. For instance, the word classroom. I would clap for class and then room, and I would know that there's 2 syllables in the word classroom because I clapped each time. Basically, a syllable is a break in the word. I've also had students in recent history tell me that their elementary school teachers would make them put their hand underneath their chin, and every time their chin would go down when saying a word, that would be another syllable. That's successful for some students. For me, it's still kind of awkward, and maybe because I learned with clapping, but if that works for you, hey, use it. So, back to iambic pentameter. If you look, each of these lines from Sonnet 18, which is a Shakespearean sonnet, have 10 syllables. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see. You'll see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 syllables. And the next line is going to follow the same format as well with 10 syllables. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, with that said, within this line of 10 syllables, we have iambs, which again is a grouping of 2 syllables. And within the iamb, there's an unstressed syllable as well as a stressed syllable. The nice thing about marking unstressed and stressed syllables is that you can use the U shape over a syllable to show that it's unstressed and the dash to show that it's stressed. And I always think U shape means unstressed. Okay? Now, you may be thinking, okay, what is unstressed and stressed? You keep saying that over and over. Well, if you haven't gotten that yet from the videos that we've watched prior, unstressed syllables are not said with such emphasis as stressed syllables. So I'm going to read this line very dramatically. No, people did not go on stage and talk like this, but I'm doing it to kind of show the stressed and unstressed parts of the line. So it goes something like this. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see, so long lives this, and this gives life to thee. Again, it wouldn't sound that emphasized on the stress syllable, but there is a stress, and that creates that rhythmic sound. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. If not, come see me and I will help you out. Again, we talked about the unstressed and the stressed syllable, and each of those makes an iamb. Remember that in pentameter, penta meaning 5 means there's 5 iambs or feet. Okay, again, a line of pentameter has 5 feet. If it's a line of iambic pentameter, it'll have 10 syllables per line, and we've talked about that before in the previous slides, but just as a reminder. Okay. If you're still kind of confused about the unstressed and stressed, you can think of the unstressed syllables as small font and the stressed syllables as bold capital letters. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see. I'd probably read it something like this. So long as men can breathe or eyes can see. So long lives this, and this gives life to thee. All right, moving right along. Something else you need to know for writing sonnets is a rhyme scheme. Rhyme scheme for a poem is a pattern that it rhymes. Sonnets have had different rhyme schemes. We will focus on the Shakespearean sonnets, though I may show you some variations later. So, the Shakespearean sonnet has the following rhyme scheme. A, B, A, B, C, D, C, D, E, F, E, F, G, G. If you're still a little bit confused, don't worry, because we're going to look at a sonnet and we're going to look exactly what rhyme scheme is in context of a poem. It basically is how the words rhyme in the poem. So here we have Sonnet 18 by William Shakespeare, and you'll see that I have the rhyme scheme here, and I also have these words bolded at the end here. When you're looking at rhyme scheme for this instance of writing a Shakespearean sonnet, you're going to look at the end of the line and how they rhyme. So here I'm adding a little bit of color, so hopefully it's a little bit more obvious. But if you look at the A rhyme scheme, day and may rhyme. And nothing else along here at the end of the lines rhyme with day and may. If there were other words that rhymed at the end of this sentence, they would also be marked as A. But we know in a Shakespearean sonnet, there's only 2 A lines. Here we have temporate and date. Nothing else rhymes with these, hence they're B. We call these 4 lines together a quatrain. And this is the first of 3 quatrains in an Elizabethan sonnet. If you look at the next quatrain, we have shines and declines, marked as C. Again, nothing else rhymes with shines and declines at the end of the line there. And we have dimmed and untrimmed, marked as D. Moving down further, you guys will see fade and shade are rhyming, and they're marked as E. And oest and growest are marked as F. Now, we have 3 quatrains, but at the bottom we have a little bit of a different twist. We have what we call a couplet. And you'll see that these 2 lines rhyme right one after the next. And these are marked as GG. Now, again, one feature the Shakespearean sonnet has is the couplet at the end. And again, those last lines are going to rhyme consecutively, GG. All right, what we have here is meter. I urge you to pause the video and practice marking the meter and the iambic pentameter here and going to show your teacher so that they can check whether you're doing it right or wrong. It should be fun. All right, I want to take a moment to talk to you about blank verse really quick. Blank verse is poetry written in an iambic pentameter, but that does not rhyme. Okay, it's been described as probably the most important and influential form of English poetry that has taken place since the 16th century. So, blank verse is interesting, and it's what most of Shakespeare's work is written in. And something else that I didn't put on the slide, but I'll mention real quick. Sometimes Shakespeare writes in prose, meaning not in iambic pentameter and not rhyming, and just normal. And it's important to pay attention to those points because he does it on purpose. Shakespeare is a master, and he makes no accidents when he's using language. So pay attention and try to figure out, why is he writing with this character speaking in prose? With that said, you have an exit slip for this video. I want you to figure out and answer the following questions. How many syllables are in each line of iambic pentameter? And also answer the question, why did Shakespeare write in iambic pentameter? And you'll probably have to watch this video as well as the videos I've posted before this to figure that out. But either jot it down or come visit with me and tell me what you think the answers to these questions are. Before you move on, as I mentioned earlier, you are going to write your own Shakespearean sonnet, which should be tons of fun. So, to do that, make sure you go over to the following Google Docs. I have one called Sonnet Skills Review Doc, as well as Sonnet Template. This first one has the directions for writing a Shakespearean sonnet. Make sure you read through this, okay, because you're going to actually write your own, and this gives specific instructions for my class, what you need to do. And once you have read through that, go over here and go to the sonnet template and start writing out your sonnet. You can use this as a template for your rough draft. Obviously, your final draft should be typed. and should not be on this particular template, but I just did this so that you would know the rhyme scheme and not get tripped up there. Okay? Make sure you reread it and you count your syllables, have somebody else check it so it makes sense, and I cannot wait to hear your sonnets. You will be presenting them in front of the class. So, get ready, get excited, get writing. As always, thanks for watching, and please let me know what you think. Thanks.